In 2016, a YouTube user posted a video of their car dashcam on their channel. I'll leave a link in the comments so you can watch the full thing for yourself, but the video, 2 minutes long, shows a night drive through some suburbs before heading further out into a lonely, mostly empty road. There's a single car up ahead, and the driver and their friend occasionally pass others, so it's not like they were entirely alone out there. But around the minute mark, the car up ahead brakes and swerves into the other lane briefly. As the driver continues, you can see what looks like a person bent over, standing on the edge of the road. And just like that, they're gone. What had the drivers just encountered? The timestamp on the dashcam marks this as happening on April 17th, 2016, the day before it was uploaded, at 8:01 p.m. The coordinates in the right-hand side mark the location as Ishioka City, Ibaraki Prefecture. This is a road called the Fruits Line, and by heading into Google Maps, we can see it's the same road. It's surrounded pretty much entirely by rice fields and old houses, with a bit of forest here and there. Not too creepy in the daytime, but without lights at night, that certainly changes. From the map, we can see that there are houses nearby, meaning that people do live out there. It's not so odd to think that these people might be out and about at night, even without streetlights, and crossing the road. Dangerous, yes, but not out of the realm of possibility. But what scared people with this particular footage was the fact that it looked like an old, potentially headless woman in a kimono, bent over with her hands in prayer. Seeing this anywhere would be unsettling, but on a dark road at night, with no lights around, it would certainly scare me. And she didn't seem bothered by the cars that nearly hit her either. Just what was going on? Of course, one explanation is that she might have been a ghost. A white kimono is most often associated with ghosts, for sure. And the way she casually strolls out onto the road and doesn't care for either car would suggest someone who doesn't care one iota about getting hit. Because, hey, if you're a ghost, why would you care? You also don't ever really see the woman's head. If it even is a woman, it's hard to tell. And well, a living person walking down the road without a head is a little hard to believe. So hey, gotta be a ghost, right? Ghosts tend to repeat the same behavior they carried out before they died. So perhaps this old woman was hit by a car on this very spot, and now haunts it in death. If you look closely as the car passes by, she even seems to be see-through for a moment. Of course, this can be explained away by the speed of the car and the low resolution of the footage blurring things, but it's eerie either way. A more logical explanation is that it's just an old lady, or perhaps even an old man. We can't see their head because they're very clearly bent over, and this type of posture isn't uncommon for elderly farmers in Japan. Perhaps this person isn't bent over in prayer, but rather bent over permanently from years of hard work and malnutrition. The problem here is, why is an old woman on the road late at night in a white kimono? There are basically no streetlights out there, and where this person is, there are absolutely none. How did she get there? There's a guardrail on the side of the road. From Google Maps, we can see that there aren't any real good places to jump over on either side of the road, and this becomes infinitely harder if you have the poor posture of an elderly farmer. But either way, where is this person going? We can look at the exact spot this person was standing on, in daylight, on Google Maps. There's not much around but farms, weeds, and some houses in the distance. We have to presume this person lives in one of them, but what are they doing so far from home at this time of night? There's no doubt a very simple reason for it, like they forgot something, or they were popping out to visit a neighbor, or even to check something on the farm, but either way, it's still odd and scary. Another option, and this is suggested by one of the people in the car, is that this person might have been trying to kill themselves. You can hear someone say, "Bikkurishita," an exclamation of surprise, before the other person says, "Jisatsu janai no?" That person was trying to kill themselves, right? Although far from common, you've no doubt heard stories of people jumping in front of trains in Japan to end their lives, and this is occasionally, although much more rarely, done with cars as well. This would make sense with the location, a dark road in the middle of nowhere, and why this person would be out there so late at night on a road that has no walking space. Of course, even this explanation has problems. It requires this person to wait until a car passes. Although we can see the road isn't entirely empty, but it still doesn't explain the kimono. This really isn't regular wear for being so far away from home at night, whatever the reason. But this person does appear to not care about the proximity of the cars and even continues walking into them once the first car swerves. So it's possible. Yet another explanation could be that this old person wandering around on the road late at night might be senile. Again, it's not like seniors roam the night roads in droves once they escape the confines of their family homes, although many urban legends would have you believe otherwise, but it does happen. The majority of the elderly still live with their families, not in homes, even when they have Alzheimer's or dementia. It's possible this elderly woman had dementia and slipped out of her house without her family realizing. She then ended up on the road a fair distance from her home while still in her kimono, and her family had yet to find her. The simplest answer is often the correct one. There are numerous possibilities here, and considering that the driver never went back to check, we'll likely never know who that woman was and what she was doing on the side of the road that night. She might have been an old woman heading home from checking her farm, but that seems unlikely in the dark. She might have been an old woman with dementia who escaped from her house. Or maybe she was looking to end her life by jumping in front of a car. Or who knows, maybe she really was a ghost. I personally don't believe in ghosts, but I'll never begrudge someone else that possibility either. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.